So we have the official poster reveal of Kamen Rider Gavv. We've been getting a lot of like leaks and stuff, but this is our first official look at Gavv. We've gotten the name for a while, so the name isn't really much of a surprise, and even the suit isn't much of a surprise because we've gotten we've gotten a lot of suit leaks up to this point. But here's our first, like, a confirmation. This is what the suit is going to look like. I like it. Let me just say right off the bat, there are a few things to break down with this. They did a couple websites, so if you wanna, I've linked them in the description. So if you want to see read through what I'm about to read through, then you can go and read through that. But I'm just gonna read through it myself right now. From TV Asahi themselves, they say the sixth Reiwa Rider work is Kamen Rider Gavv, coming out in September, of course. Squishy and juicy, an unprecedented body inspired by gummy candy is now available. The motif of this rider is sweets, which children love. Adults love that too. I just want them to know that. In more than half a century in Kamen Rider history, for the first time, a Kamen Rider who transforms with the power of sweets will be born. They point out that the look of the rider is a little different from other riders because of the candy motif, the clear purple body that gives off a bouncy feeling reminiscent of gummy candy. The translation says a mouth-like belt, and inside the belt there's a mysterious mini monster called gotchard. What does gotchard mean to Gavv? Main form is based on gummy candy. Various transformation forms based on popular snacks among children are scheduled to appear. And of course, as we all knew, but they do say it at the end in case you're curious, Gavv will be making his first appearance in Kamen Rider Gotchard, the future Daybreak movie, releasing in about a month in Japan. So the one thing they mention, what is it? Gotchard. A mysterious mini monster called gotchard. Gotchard seems to be what they, the name of the gimmick. If you zoom into the belt, well, you see, you see it's a mouth, and then inside is a little gummy candy thing with like arms and its own mouth, so it's like being eaten, which is kind of funny. You can make your mind up about whether or not you like the suit, but I think I like it. First purple rider since Hibiki. So like in over 10 years, or yeah, in over 10 years, almost 20 years. That's pretty cool. I do like the look of it. There's like a different undersuit too, because we got like Geets and Gotchard back to back had like gray undersuits, so, or sorry, black undersuits, and you can see he's got like a silver gray undersuit, which is kind of unique. I think on his thigh, or his, like, the underside of his thigh, you can kind of see this design with, like, black and gray, so I wonder if it's supposed to look like a mouth, which is kind of fun. You can see the logo is also, like, very mouthy themed. Gavv, the name, is, in Japanese, it's Gavvu. You could, the katakana there is Gavvu. I'm just gonna say Gavv because it's spelled Gavv. That's their English romanization. It's just gonna be easier for me to say Gavv. It seems like Gavvu is kind of like a pun on gabu, which is the Japanese word for like bite, or like the onomatopoeia for bite, whatever. The pun here they're going with for stuff is biting, eating, which you can see with everything, with the belt, with the logo. So I wonder why they went with the romanization Gavvu instead of Gabu. I really like the clear purple use, like, material, whatever, like, that's really unique. I really like back to back with Gotchard, they have the very unique sparkly material for Gotchard, and then now we have the very unique clear purple plastic for Gavv. The helmet is like fine, I guess. He kind of looks like a stylized 01, which is why I guess I'm glad they've gone with this different material, they've gone with this different undersuit, so he doesn't look like 01 in terms of anything else, but I don't know. Maybe it is kind of a reach to say that. So the staff is very interesting. I mean, not very, like, wow, what a surprise. It's just like, you know, we can get a look at, like, maybe what some of the stuff is going to be that we've got. The director is Teruaki Sugihara, who has directed a lot of stuff for Reiwa Kamen Rider. The most prominent stuff to me was the finale of 01 and the real-time movie. Episode 45 of Saber, which is the one where we've got all 10 riders transforming together and going to battle together. He also directed the Geats 9 debut for Kamen Rider Geats. And most recently, he directed the 2 Valvarad episodes, the debut of Kamen Rider Valvarad in Kamen Rider Gotchard. Those are the only Gotchard episodes he directed, but they're like 2 of the best episodes, just from a visual perspective. So that's pretty great. The action director is Satoshi Fujita, who recently directed the action in Geats. So that's really cool if we go back to like Geats style action. The special effects director is Hiroshi Butsuda, who worked on Saber up to Gotchard. Go Sakabe is the music director, producer, composer. There's the word. Kamen Rider most prominently worked on 01 and Ghost, those musics, it's not a word. But also, most recently, he worked on King Gojer, so that's pretty cool. And then, just a bunch of producers, which some of it, I guess, if the translation's wrong, some of the names aren't popping up correctly, but at least I think one of them worked on King Gojer. Takahiro Okawa. Keisuke Shibataka worked on Boonboomger, or is working on Boonboomger. Takebe Naomi worked with Geats. Takeshima Nami is also working on it, but I can't find what they've done anything. So most interestingly, we don't have any writer. There's no writer that we've been given, so we don't really know. Like, we know some of the action in the first few episodes is going to be fantastic. We've got some great people working on that. The music, probably for the whole show, is going to be pretty great. I do quite like the Ghost and 01 soundtracks, and King Gojer. King Gojer was really good with the music as well. Some of the producers kind of give a hint to like how the show will feel. The producers kind of sometimes influence how the shows will feel. So like a King Gojer producer, a Geats producer, maybe some kind of high stakes storyline like those two. I'm not even gonna try to guess or even say who I would want, because I don't really care. Like it a writer could do a bad job 2 years ago and then they lock in for like 2 years later. It doesn't really matter to me. If you guys have predictions or somebody you want to write, be sure to let me know. So one thing that's also interesting about this poster is this big foot. this big foot he's using to smash through the glass. We got this this foot in like some set photo leaks. So this is like a real physical foot prop. My speculation, kind of looking at this, is you notice we have these yellow or yellowy orangey bits on his, at least his left arm. Probably it's on his right arm as well. His left leg, and then his abdomen as well. You can see like orangey yellow bits. So I'm thinking if maybe there's like ornaments he can manifest, because it looks like gummy, like it looks like a big gummy kicking foot, which is pretty fun. So I wonder if this is some ability he has, so you can make a big kick foot with. Because there's that yellow part on there. Maybe he can make some chest armor, some big fist or something like that. The thing is, I'm curious if this is a final attack kind of thing, or if this is a form change thing. So we actually also have some other leaks too. We've been getting a lot of leaks actually. But we've also been getting some other stuff that they're using a gun. And then this I'll just get to the really the exciting part. We got this image, which, as you can tell, that one helmet, this is from like 2 weeks ago or something, that helmet on the left, that's what we're getting. That's Gavv. So we can assume that the second helmet is what the secondary rider is going to look like. And he's chocolate themed. He has chocolate on his forehead, just written out in English. And I really like that. I think that's really cool. And especially if he's red too, I think that's gonna look great. So I'm really looking forward to the secondary rider. We actually do know some of the legend rider suits as well. Or like kind of. I mean, we know that they're all gonna look like. I guess they're just gonna be recolors of Gavv. So like this suit in white and red is gonna be Geats. In blue is gonna be Gotchard, or I guess cyan, because Gotchard is cyan, but that kind of thing. So he's just gonna be recolored for his Legend Rider forms, which is weird, but I don't really care because those are probably just going to appear for like 10 seconds in the special or not at all. They're just concept art, so who really cares? Very interesting color scheme going on too, because the logo is red and orange, which is the color of the belt. There's no, his actual colors are just outlines, the purple and blue outline. That's the only actual Gavv color on the logo. The logo is the belt. So there's probably something, I mean, there's always something going on with the Kamen Rider belt, because that's actually how they transform. But I feel like there's something a little more going on with the belt. A lot of people have been saying, what if the belt's alive? Because it has a face. It is a face, which I feel like is a very real possibility, just because it is a mouth. It is the color of the logo. So I feel like there is something going on with that belt. Maybe it is alive. Maybe it is Gavv. Maybe that's who Gavv is, and then he turns into Kamen Rider Gavv as possesses an unsuspecting high school actor. I think if I had to pick one thing to be looking the most forward to, it's whatever's going on with this belt, because we know that like the gimmicks are just straight up gummy boxes or whatever, and then you give it to the belt to eat, yes, but then like it pops up and now it's like a monster. So it's like, are the gimmicks alive? Is that just a fun visual thing? They look like monsters. Oh, that would be really fun if he's alive but like he doesn't speak. It's just a pet. That would be really unique, actually. I don't think we've gotten, because every time a belt's alive, it talks. So it would be really fun if it's alive, but just doesn't actually speak. That would be really cool. The thing that's making me think Gavv is not entirely the belt is just because, like, how do you make that work with the main actor? Just because they always, you know, they cast a young and up-and-coming talent for the main rider actor. That's why I'm like, I would like if it's something with him being the belt, but probably not. But I do think the belt is definitely, I think if I had to like put money on something right now, the belt is alive. That the belt is definitely alive and is very important as a character, not just, you know, not just Kamen Rider, oh, the belt's important because it's a belt. His name could just be Gavv. Like, that's just who Gavv is. Again, like, if the title is the same color as the belt, so he's the main character, he's Gavv. He merges with this high schooler, they become Kamen Rider Gavv? Maybe not a high schooler, maybe just anyone. I'm just saying high schooler because that's the age range they kind of go for. So if you guys like the shirt, there's a link in the description, you can get it. But if not, be sure to let me know what you think of Gavv down in the comments section, because there's a lot of stuff to speculate on. We don't even have a writer yet, so there's a lot of things to talk about. And check out the Patreon for some other sneak peek stuff. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching.